India is an adventurous paradise. You head out for a holiday, which quickly turns into a survival situation. A dream turns into a nightmare.
I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm lost.
Shelter, water, and food become a priority. A fire to keep you warm. But how? I'm Chandan Lahiri from OTA Survival School. I'll give you some tips and show you some tricks to use in a self-reliant situation. Do not think problems can only happen to other people. It can happen to you.
Do you know what's brewing? It's not soup, it's not my dinner. I'm still at home, so I'll get dinner. But this is something which I'll get to use when I'm going out on my trek from tomorrow. I'm going to be in the jungle. There's not going to be any electricity. All I'll have is my torch for light. And this. You know what this is? This is a candle, a big candle. A candle like this will last me maybe a couple of hours. And as it burns down, it'll keep burning down. What I'm making here is a permanent candle, a self-feeding candle. What I've done is, I've taken candles like these, I've shaved them off, the wax, put them in this tin can, and I've heated it up on my camp stove. And I'll show you how. I need to protect the wick because I'll need the wick. So be careful how you are taking the wax off. Just be a little careful that you don't snip off the wick too. And just keep putting it inside this tin can, which is getting heated. And this will all melt. And when it finally cools down, it'll be a very thick candle. You need to be very careful about this. Otherwise, you'll keep losing the wick. You'll keep losing a lot of candles. You can also keep it on the table and then cut it so that your hand is a little more stable. What I can also do is dip this into the molten wax. The wick will remain, but the wax will melt. Now I need to let the wax cool, congeal a little bit, and halfway down that process, I'll need to put the wick in and then allow it to cool completely. That's when I'll have a thick candle, a permanent candle, something which I'll put in my pack and which will come very useful when I'm stuck out there in the jungle and I need some light. Now that this is congealed a little bit, it is still warm to the touch. This is still warm. The surface has become solid, but the inside, I suspect, is still molten. Now's the time I need to put my wick in. And I don't want to put my finger in to make that hole because it's going to be warm. So I'll take another candle, make a small hole in the center, and I can see the molten wax still inside. And I'll gently put the wick in through that hole. Now the wick is in, and I need to let it cool down, and it might take another couple of hours or so. And once it's cooled down entirely, I've got a lid to this. I'll put a lid on it. When I need to use it, take the lid off, and I have myself a permanent candle, a self-feeding candle. I don't need to depend on torch anymore. I don't need to worry about running out of batteries for my torch. As long as I have my permanent candle with me, I'll have light in my cap. And all this you need to do before you leave home. As you can see, I'm still at home. I'm not out on my trek yet. I'm going to be going out tomorrow. And I'm planning for my duration out in the wild. Remember, proper planning, preparation, and practice prevents possible problems. And the problem could be your torch could run out of batteries, which is when you take this out of your backpack and you have light in your cap. Remember, it can happen to you. Learn to adapt, improvise, innovate, and overcome. To learn more tips and tricks, visit this site. I'm Chandan Lahiri, and I hope to see you soon at the OTA Survival School. Leave nothing but footprints. Bring back nothing but memories.